far. We got Trish here talking. Apparently, we have some kind of fire stuff going on. I can hear sirens. We have Chris here.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same?
Why is that not showing up? We have Dave. We have Corey, Tammy, Chris, Gina, Trish. I see all of them on here, but I'm not getting all the chat up here.
Just go to hims.com and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay.
There's Sherry. How you doing, Sherry?
Conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio.
You want to say something, Willie? See if they can hear you, bud.
How's everybody doing this afternoon?
Can y'all hear Willie good?
Frosty and Wendy's. It's like walking down recent memory lane. To have orange dreamsicle Frosty in our timeline is truly something special.
Not everybody all at once.
Ooh. There we go. We're back. Sorry, I was turning the Wi-Fi off before we got away from the house, and it did it in the middle of the stream. Can you see the chat, Willie?
Yeah, I can see the chat.
Tell you what, I might have to go put a different shirt on. That wind is nasty. Yep, they can hear you, bud. We're good. So we will, yeah, I think we're going to head in so I can change and put a warmer sweatshirt on quick. Because, well, you know what? It'll warm up as we walk. It'll warm up as we walk, huh, girl? All righty. So today we have Willie, special guest. Yesterday we had Fred. And, yeah, we're going to have a chit-chat with Willie and find out what's going on with him and going on in his part of the world. And let you guys ask questions. So
be gentle.
Willie's asking you to use some lube today, okay, guys? I think we'll go out this way. Hey, there you are.
Hey, Trish.
Sorry, when I have the chat up, I can't see the screen very well. But I'm going to take my camera, I'm going to flip it around here and give you guys a nice view of the out there. So how is it out where you, as you like to lovingly call it, communist country? Isn't that how you say it?
I'm deep behind enemy lines in Minnesota, yes.
Yeah, we have
there's more than a few counties in this state, especially if you get to buildings.
Yeah, Thomas Brown isn't too far from you, I don't think.
No, I think he's probably a house over, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Well, at least you have an ally close then.
Yes, indeed.
There's some pretty flowers. Oh, you're fine, Sherry. Hey, Christina W., welcome in. Good to see you. So
Yeah, I'm just hanging out in the camper trailer today doing this. Had to get away from the dogs and the warden in there doing work from home.
got to pay the bills, though, right, bud? The communists can't live off of what they make.
This is true. And yes, indeed. This is a fact. They like OPM, other people's money.
There you go. That's right. So, yeah, you guys feel free to throw out questions to either of us at any point in time here. We'll answer as best we can.
Minnesota's got a lot of those big blue harvesters all over the place. That silo?
I'm in there.
Yep.
Yeah, he just had that put in about 2-3 years ago. So we had to replace his corn bin. Something was happening where it was getting wet and the corn was getting moldy. So
that's never any good.
Now, well, what's worse is he decided to stop milking. So he's just going to work the fields, and he also does a second job as a truck driver.
Hey, Dave, how you doing?
But he lets people rent out space here to raise their own livestock if they want. So I'm probably going to do that. A pretty view over here for you. Hey, Dave, welcome in, buddy.
Well, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I love living out this way, bud. I can't be stacked on top of somebody.
Yeah, that would be my dream, would be to live in a rural setting. Unfortunately, when I got in the accident, that's forever.
You're breaking up a little bit there, bud. Is that your end or mine?
Not sure. Can you hear me okay?
There you're better. I don't know if it was maybe the cars going past or messing with my setup or not. I forgot to post a link over in DK server. Oh.
Yeah, I was just saying that I had plans of living.
So, let me address something here real quick with y'all because I want to make sure that everybody understands this. Just because I'm not working with Ben anymore does not mean that I stop being here for all of you. Okay? I won't let myself get pulled into the drama that they're trying to pull me into. But I'm always here. You have my phone number. You have my email. You can get on my Discord and hang out with us there. But I'm still following through with what I promised all of you, and that is that if you need me, I'm here. So, there seems to be some confusion there, and I want to make sure we clear that up. So, sorry, Willie. I just wanted to throw that out there, bud.
No, great points. Good to know. I feel bad that it's getting weird for you. It shouldn't.
I'm sorry you broke up there, bud.
I said I feel bad it's getting weird for you.
Well, shit happens. I mean, I just don't agree with the direction it's going over there right now, and I'm not going to be a part of something I don't agree with.
I totally agree. Life's too short.
Right? I'll tell you what, it's cold enough here it might snow.
We're close to 50 here right now, partly cloudy.
I wonder if it's because I'm down in this ditch.
It's supposed to be in the mid-50s tomorrow.
You want some corn? You want some corn, bud? I'm gonna head back up this way and see if that gives us a better connection. I'm sorry.
One owner, low miles.
I think it's because I'm coming down the hill here, and I think it's screwing with the service.
Well, I can hear you perfectly fine. I don't know about the rest of the people.
Can you all? Is Willie breaking up for you, or is it just me, guys and gals?
Can you hear me okay, everybody? Or
Let me see here. Every time a car goes by, it's loud. Yeah, that's definitely okay, Christina. I have no problem with that at all. Okay, so it's just when the cars go by, apparently, Willie, they're saying that we're breaking up. So let me get up here and we'll head back the other road where we won't have as many cars.
sure.
Either that, I'll just go sit my ass down somewhere and we'll talk. But so
Whatever works. I'm easy.
yeah, I don't know if anybody here is into farming, but out here we do crop rotation. So you can see this was a cornfield last year. So this year, instead of it being corn, they'll probably either plant soybean or alfalfa or something like that. That uses a different type of nutrient to grow, and that way they don't completely deplete any part of their land of nutrients. You know what I mean? So,
Trish, I wonder if it's because I'm out in my RV camper and it's a Wi-Fi connection. I wonder if that has anything to do with this. I'm just trying to find a spot where I can have a little silence to talk.
no,
So
I
I've got
get
two
it.
dogs in the house. And
Some sticks that fell down from all the wind we had. All right. See, I have to refresh my chat on here every so
hey,
often.
Trish, just think of it as an old either Godzilla or King.
Oh. Let me hop over here and see if
This
maybe
used to be historically where the talking was off from the video. Godzilla, King Kong, things like that.
Welcome in, Jay and Cassie. Good to see you. Yeah, campers can interfere somewhat because of some of the components that are in them, but I don't know. I guess it also depends on how far from the house you are.
This one's actually got a metal frame but a fiberglass composite walls, so it shouldn't be as bad as your typical tin RV, but hard to say.
Yeah, we're gonna go over here. We'll reconnect to my Wi-Fi and see if maybe that'll help strengthen the connection a little bit, maybe. Gorgeous view back there. Blue sky and the clouds. But
I could just hide my ugly face that way. See the delay.
that?
I was saying I could just hide my ugly face and turn the camera off, and then they wouldn't see the delay between my speech and the video.
There's a 15-second delay on this all the time. I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, Fred was telling me yesterday. He said, when he would see us, saw us going down the wrong driveway, and he said it was 15 seconds before everything worked out the way it was supposed to. So, yeah, I got to figure out how to fix that part. I guess maybe that's a delay so that if something goes wrong, I can kill the stream before it goes up and Nobody's the wiser. I don't know. Willie coming through
I was
loud and
suspecting
clear.
you did that because I was going to be on.
Animal Farm.
Working
James.
okay?
Hi, Animal Farm. Christina says, I don't farm, but I'm surrounded by farmland. Very familiar with that process. They switch fields to let the soil regain nutrients. That is correct. That farm right there was my first job at 14 years old. And I'll tell you what, I earned that money.
The Dust Bowl days, that was part of the problem, is they didn't rotate their crops. So
that money. Yep, definitely. That's not good. All right, flip that camera around. We're going to drop this guy down. And I'm just going to grab my chair real quick. And I will be right back. I got to go fight for my camera. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
I'll be right here.
You see that? Well, I guess I don't.
Yeah, well trained.
I guess I don't have to fight for it as hard as I thought. All right, we're hooking back up to my Wi-Fi. Hold on, baby. So. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Can you hear me okay still?
Good on my end. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly fine, bud. Let's see.
Cool.
Welcome in, Eric. How you doing, buddy? Trish says, how was dinner last night? Did you guys have a good meal? Yes. We had a very nice meal, had some really good discussions, shared some funny stories that I cannot share with you all. If Fred decides he wants to come on again and share stories with you, well, I'll let him do that, but those are his stories to share. But I thoroughly enjoyed them. Sherry, she is pregnant. That is why she is so fat. She is pregnant. She's going to have little kitties. But she's my girl. Can you see her here? I gotta pull the camera. Yep, you guys can see her here. Yep, she's my girl.
Cartman didn't pay a visit.
What's that?
Cartman didn't pay her a visit, did he?
Oh my. No, we have.
Cartman's scratched.
Yeah, we have pandemic of cats out here and animals. Because we live out in the middle of nowhere, everybody loves to drop animals off out here. So, we have just outside here. There were 6 in her litter when she was born. And then there's another litter after her that had 2. And then before that, there was 7 cats out here before then. Plus, there was like 6 or 7 opossums running around. So, but I make sure they have food and place to sleep and stuff. That way they don't have to worry about anything.
So you don't have any varmint issues.
So, it's all Ron's fault. How are we blaming Ron? He ain't even here. Oh shit, that reminds me. I should go send him a link, huh? I gotta go send Ron a link. That is definitely not my login information. Now, I know you said you like to ride.
Yes, indeed. Been on two wheels with an engine since I was about 5.
I learned how to ride. I was 13, I believe, and I was went down to visit my aunt and uncle down in Alabama. And my cousin had what was it? A YZ dirt bike,
Dirt bike,
YZ 100, I think.
motocross bike.
And that's what I learned how to ride on. And I learned how to ride in some really messed up terrain. I stalled it the first time I went to ride it up a hill. I stalled it and got stuck between two trees because it fell over on me. But hell, by the time I left, I was zipping around all over the place on that thing. This thing will not let me share. What is going on with this?
Yeah, when I started out, neighbor friend had a mini bike, and I got to ride it and thought it was a lot of fun. And my dad always rode street bikes until the point him and mom almost got killed too many times. And he sold the street bike and started racing dirt bikes off road. He said it was a lot safer because the trees don't run you over. And when we go to the races, I'd see all the kids riding mini bikes, and I didn't have one. And finally, Dad hooked me up with a Yamaha TY80 little trials bike. And that's what I kind of cut my teeth on as far as gears, 2 wheels, and an engine.
Nice.
Racing around with all the kids. We're out there while their dads were out racing. The kids were out riding around in the woods. And then from there, I went to Hennepin Tech College, motorcycle marine technician, and built up a Yamaha RD 350 out there at Votech as my project. It was a little 2-cylinder, 2-stroke street bike, and it was wickedly fast. It was butt ugly, but it was very fast. Very, very fast.
So it was one of those that if you weren't paying attention to what you were doing, you were hurting yourself.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to put just anybody on it, because they will rotate it over on top of themselves rather easily. The funny thing is it was so ugly. I would go down to the lakes and the cities here in the summers looking for the girls, and there's a particular hill they'd all lay out on, and all the boys would ride by on their crotch rockets that Mommy and Daddy bought for them, brand new. And I went by my little old Yamaha, and they started laughing and pointing. Well, the guys that were riding the crotch rockets, they would stop, and they'd do burnouts and pull wheelies. And next time I came around, I stopped in front of them. They all started laughing and pointing, dumped the clutch, and I sat there and smoked the tire until I clouded the entire hill out. All the sunbathers were blocked out in smoke. Let off the front brake, rode the wheelie about a block or two down the road, came around again. Everybody gave me a standing ovation.
Nice.
They were all clapping for me. The butt ugly little bike kind of impressed them.
Hey, you know what? It got you from point A to point B, and you had fun with it, right?
Oh, heck yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
man.
I had so many officers like to follow me.
I got a funny story about 2 wheels and a motor for you. My brother, who is quite the troublemaker, was working for a guy down the road here that has a tree farm, and as part of their collateral deal, instead of getting paid cash, my brother wanted the moped that he had. So they agreed. He gets the moped, and the idiot starts trying to jump with the moped.
They're not designed for that.
No, they're not. Well, he didn't tell me this, and he's like, hey, we got to go over to a friend's house that was like 2 miles away from here, all hills up and down and shit. And he's like, come on, hop on. I'm like, yeah, I'll hop on, but I'm driving. He's like, no. I'm like, yeah. I said, I don't trust you, you dumbass. So we're riding over, and everything's fine until I get to about 40 miles an hour. And all of a sudden, the back wheel starts to wobble.
Oh, no.
I said, what the hell did you do? He said, oh, I was jumping. And I said, you bent the fucking rim. I said, are you serious? So there's a huge hill, and you got to get a good run on the front, the down part of it to get back up the other side with this thing. I mean, it wasn't, the biggest motor on it. And so we're going down, and I mean, the back end of this thing is just wobble, 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 wobble. And I'm struggling to keep it up. And at one point, I thought my brother was going to fall the hell off. It was great. I would have laughed like hell and kept going. But, yeah, I so pissed off at him. I said, maybe you should have fucking told me that before we left. So I always had a heads up it was bent.
So it's safe to say you were shaken, not stirred.
No, not at all. Then he got caught. He drove into town. Because out here, I can drive whatever I want. I as long as I don't go in town, I'm good. But he decided to take it into town and then wonder why he got pulled over and got a ticket because, he didn't have a license plate on it. Doesn't have a license to drive it. But, yeah, so he was kind of mad about that. But...
Yeah, in my youth, I got known backyards around. I'd be riding my mini bike down the roads, and the law enforcement, I'd see them coming, and I'd start hitting backyards and other streets. And yeah, I know all about staying out of town.
But yeah, my first car that I bought was just to do yard, field hopping around here, and it was a 1973 AMC Hornet. That thing was a fucking tank. I ran over so much shit with that thing, and it still ran, so we were good. Just hopped in it and kept going. Trish said she ripped out all the spokes hill climbing in her first knobby tire. Told Dad I needed a new rim. He told me to go get spokes. I had to replace the entire rim. I never did that again. Yeah, well, I mean,
Wow.
we all learn. Well, some of us learn. I mean, there's some people out there that don't learn, and I think we call them.
There's a bit of
Democrats.
in my history.
Go ahead, bud.
Oh, I was just saying there's a bit of wreckage in my history as well. I've bent and broken a few parts on both motorcycles and myself.
Yeah. You were saying you've had quite a few surgeries yourself, and yeah, it's crazy the shit they can do to us now, ain't it?
Oh yeah, my first spinal surgery was my lower back L5S1. They went in through the front and did an interior fusion. So they basically gut you like a deer, fix you, and then put your guts back in, and not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then the auto accident, that was the next one, where that one I was looking at being a quadriplegic, and that's where I basically just am disabled. The left side of my body doesn't quite work like it used to.
I definitely get that, bud.
My leg gives out. I drop things with me. I fall down a bit. That's why I walk with a cane. I've got my left kneecap I've broken now once for sure, and I think I may have done it again already. I fell a couple weeks ago. It's not healing too well.
I'm sorry to hear that, bud. Christina says,
Those are the
go ahead. No, go ahead, bud.
Good. I'm sorry. I was just going to say those are all the spinal. Well, I take that back. I did have one more surgery on my spine. That was a couple of years back when I'm riding my Harley, a 2011 Street Glide that I built up rather well. Through Lakeville, Minnesota, hit a pothole, felt instant agony, wound up having a chunk of my disc blow out and shove itself into my spinal cord and nerves, which left an interesting, very brutal feeling going from my spine all the way down the back of my leg, on the left, out the side of the left leg, and out my left
Yep, you hit that left
side of my
sciatic
foot.
nerve.
Basically, since it happened until I got it fixed, I was nothing.
So your sciatica goes down your left leg, you said?
It was bad. And I had taken myself. Actually, they fixed the left when they did the surgery. My most recent back surgery, they repaired it, and that's taking care of the left, but my right leg has still got a lot of problems. And I asked the doctors about that, and they said, yeah, that's going to be a bigger issue. We're going to have to tackle that later. So I don't know if they're seeing something down by the fusion there that's gone bad or what, but
Unfortunately, once you start having issues with your spine, over time, especially if you have a fusion, it affects the rest of your back over time, and you'll end up having to have more fusions, they tell me.
yeah, my neck is, I've had MRIs done and checked by specialists, and they say that above and below the fusion is failing in my neck. I'm fused front and back, 4 levels, I think. And one spot it's failing in a constricting type of fashion, and the other's a shear. That's what's causing a lot of the problems where I wicked pain in my shoulders, neck, arms, and then some other things that are going on. They want to fuse me basically from T1 up to my skull.
I'm sorry, bud. I know that.
Basically, I'd be a popsicle.
That sucks.
I'm pushing it off as far as I can because I want to keep riding. It's the one thing in life that seems to still bring me a little bit of joy, you know?
Yeah.
I sold my good bike, my 11 Harley Davidson. I still got the Harley that I've got in your marketplace on the Discord for sale, and I've been riding around just a Kawasaki KLR 650 now because it's got enough suspension where my back can actually handle going down the roads up here.
Yeah. Gives you just enough cushion to where it doesn't completely destroy your back as you're going.
Correct.
Oh, man. Yeah, see,
Any questions for me or for you? Or
let me read some comments here real quick, bud. Christina says, the first time I ever rode my bike, I didn't know how to turn, and when I took it for the first test run, I wound up going through somebody's yard because I was afraid to turn sharp. Oh my! Well, at least you're okay, because that could have ended badly. So, yeah, we're glad that nothing bad happened besides going through someone's yard. And Trish said she got the spokes back in the rim and said it's good to go. Then Dad whipped out a tuning fork and told me I had to make all the spokes sound the same with the tuning fork. Apparently that was not a good experience for her. So
that's how you get the proper tension, though. So all the spokes are torqued the same. As you listen for the pitch of the ting, hit it with a wrench, that usually a spoke wrench, but you can use a tuning fork, and it'll make a ring. And the ones that sound duller are the ones you need to tighten. The ones that sound really high pitch are about right or maybe a little too high. That way you can go all the way around the rim and get it perfectly tightened.
Y'all have any questions for Willie while he's here? Like I said, there's a slight delay, so it'll take a couple seconds for them to get back to us, Willie. I think it's my headset that's being stupid. I'm about ready to turn it off. Now, let me do that. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to kill this real quick. What's it doing?
Amen, Trish. Amen. If you look at where you don't want to go, you're going to go there. You have to be looking where you want to go. Yeah, Christina, I've been down on a motorcycle 3 times now in my life. That's on the street, not counting dirt bikes.
Okay, let's try it this way. Can you still hear me?
So, Christina.
All right.
Yep. Christina had a question about long hauls. When I had my 2011 Street Glide, I did do some longer hauls. Went out to Sturgis and rode for a few weeks, stuff like that. I've had back issues since prior to getting a number of these bikes, and it's limited the amount of distance I can do, usually to between 300 and 600 miles a day.
Nice. Tell you what, do you mind talking to them for a minute? And I'm going to go grab my other headset because I can't hear this way.
James Brown.
I will be right back. I apologize. These were cutting out, so I'm going to go grab the other ones so I can hear better. Hi, Lori. Welcome in.
So, James, yeah, I hunt, I fish. I did a lot more of it before I got injured. Up here, I've been a deer hunter, both bow and firearm. Fishing, I've done both open water and ice fishing. My ultimate goal before I got injured was I was going to get some property up north and set it up for hunting and fishing and camping and whatnot, or have a cabin, shall we say. And after my accident, that kind of changed. So I'm just now getting involved with a organization called Capable Partners up here. They work with disabled and handicapped hunters and fishermen, helping them to get out and hunt and fish. And I've been easing into that. They have both capable and disabled people on that staff or involved with it, and I'm trying to become more involved as hopefully a helper and in time needing the help. But hopefully that answered your question, Dick.
All right.
Yeah, I started out on dirt bikes, Trish, and then went to street bikes when I was in technical college. And I did race ATVs for a while, flat track, and then street raced a lot of motorcycles. But how long have I been driving? This year I'll be 60. I started driving, well, legally at 15 with a permit. 16 when I got my driver's license, and right around then I got my motorcycle permit endorsement as well.
All righty, I'm back.
Plans for the summer. I guess, James, that would be all hinging on the amount of money I have available. I bought this camper back a number of years ago, and when Joe got elected, it kind of took my expendable or disposable income and wiped it. I'm hoping and praying to get out and do a little camping, but the Tundra at 10 miles to the gallon on a good day towing this thing, it's a little expensive.
So if we get together, you going to try and come out and join us? All right, can you hear me?
If I can financially afford it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Are you?
Bring this
Okay.
closer. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah,
Good deal.
I can hear you well.
Okay. No, I asked if we're trying to get a get together set up out here. I know Dave's wanting to come out. Fred said about he wants to come meet everyone. We just got to nail down a time and a place So I gotta get a hold of some campgrounds or hotels and see what we can do price wise. I want to try and make sure it's affordable for everyone. I don't want anybody, taking and breaking the bank and putting themselves out to get here. But are you thinking about maybe coming and joining us?
I would love to. I just don't know if I can afford it. That's what's killing me. I'm working part-time right now, trying to get enough money just to make ends meet. And that disability, as I'm sure many people know, doesn't go quite as far these days.
Yeah, I understand that. I know a lot of people in the chat know that too. Christina wants to post a link. Christina, if you put
I had
it
mentioned
up,
Capable Partners while you were away.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'd mentioned Capable Partners as an organization that I've been becoming more involved with up here while you were away from the chat here. And that's probably why she's asking about Capable Partners and a link.
Okay. Christina, if you send me that link, I will make sure it gets posted in the Discord, as well as I'll make sure that it gets posted as a comment on both YouTube and Rumble. Okay. But yeah, just email it to me and I'll get it up there. So, but yeah, no, you're definitely right about the money not going as far as it used to. Everything's out of control right now, man. Well, here's the other part. Here's the other thing that we might be able to work out. We might be able to find people that are close to you that you might be able to get a ride with. You know what I mean? To maybe help out on that end.
Really?
I'll have to see who's coming from where, and hopefully we can hook up people who want to come by making sure they can find a ride. Fun. So yeah, I'll definitely look into that, make some posts, and see who's willing to maybe help with that. Here's another thing I want to explain. I was talking about in the Discord earlier today. This is not my channel. I want you to understand this. This is a community, and by that being a community, it is our channel. So, on Discord, we are setting up a council. We're trying to figure out who's going to be on that council right now. But they are going to be the ones that vote on, who becomes the new moderator. That's going to be voted on. Certain topics that we're going to discuss, that's going to be voted on by the council. That way, I'm not the one making all the decisions, and you guys are all a part of it, As I've said from the beginning, I didn't start this for me. I didn't start it to become famous. I didn't start it to make money. I started it because I enjoy hanging out with all of you and talking to you all. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask or email or, hop on Discord and you can ask me there. If you want to be on the council, let me know, and we'll, anyone can apply to be on the council. The only key is that you're going to have to be on Discord, because we're going to have meetings and stuff on there. I want you all to enjoy this. I want this to be something that you all are taking part in. I don't want it to just be me telling you a bunch of shit, So, What do you think about that, Willie?
I think it's a great idea. From what I've seen, and the whole reason that I love coming over to the Discord and interacting with people is because there's such a great group of people here. Good interaction, good conversation, helpful. Everybody seems pretty positive.
The bot's hilarious. For those of you who are not on the Discord, I made a bot called Paco the Taco Dog, who has an infatuation with guacamole too much. And Willie asked Paco, I think the best question Willie asked was, what was it? What's better, smelling girl butt or male butt? Was that the question, Willie?
Boy butt or girl butt, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I saw the answer to that. Do you remember the answer?
I believe he said something to the effect of, we're just all trying to have fun here and chill. As long as there's good vibes, I don't worry about. I think he swings both ways, is what the basic. That's what it was. I think the door is revolving.
All right. Hey, Roddy Mama. Welcome in. Good to see you. Sorry, I am missing freaking comments like crazy. This thing's. Roddy Mama said, I'll eventually make it up that way. My husband's family in New York won't let me bring Roddy, so I haven't been that way in a year. No Roddy, no Kim. Yeah, right. I get it.
Fur babies are important.
They're just as important as regular babies, you know? They're your kids.
I have one.
And
yep.
Dave said Willie and Cartman are not getting along.
Yeah, and they don't talk back as much.
Did you see what Dave said to you?
We're kind of feeling each other out. Yep. We're just kind of feeling each other out right now.
So the other bot that I added was a Cartman bot that is not safe for work, shall we say. He has some very interesting responses. So
oh yeah,
you should come check it out if you haven't yet. We have a lot of fun on there. It is a even political field. If you are left or right, I want you on there. We all have our own opinions on stuff. We can have civil conversations about it. You know, and we can still have fun. So that's what I want for all of us. So, but yeah.
Yeah, to say we have a lot.
Is Cora here? I thought Cora was at the doctor's with a friend of hers. Yeah. Ron. Hi, Ron. Good to see you, bud. Cora couldn't be here today. She had to take a friend to have some tests run. She said she might make it closer to the tail end. Also, for anybody interested, after the live stream's over, I'm going to fire it up again, or I might just keep it going. I don't know yet. I'm going to set everything up. We are going to do a grilling session. I got some chicken. I'm going to do a foil pack smoker. I wanted to teach you guys how to make one of those. It's simple. You don't have to go out and spend the money on one of those $20 little smoke boxes that they're trying to make you buy that rusts out, and you have to buy like 3 a year. You don't have to do that. I'll teach you a quick, easy way to do it, and it's cheap, and it actually works better than a smoke box because you can use it numerous times. You can just take and throw it back in there, and it works really well. So if you're interested in that, let me know. We'll go out back, get the grill fired up, and keep talking, and have some fun while we make some food. But
cool. I cheat. I have a Rectech pellet smoker and a charcoal grill.
I'll tell you what. I used to have a nice bullet smoker that I used. Christina's not on Discord. So, and I can't. Well, you know what? I bet I can. Hold on. I got you, Christina. My dumbass is sitting here with a fucking iPhone in my pocket. And apparently I'm not smart enough to realize that I can go check my email, get the link, and post it. So, yeah, let's go do that, shall we? Come on. No connection. Hold on. I got to get the internet fired up again. We walked away from the house.
Hey, Thomas.
My chat must be behind again.
I was just saying hi to Thomas.
There's Thomas. How you doing, buddy? How bad was your test there, bud? I know that it sucks when they do that. Thomas had to go have a wonderful test done today as well, and yeah. I gave him a nice little warning about said test, so hopefully he didn't have any problems with that. Copy the link. Go to Rumble. I'll do YouTube first.
I'm dipping my toe into the Mayo Clinic pool next week for the first time in my life. It should be interesting.
I've heard good and I've heard bad about Mayo Clinic.
Me too. Mostly good though.
Yeah.
Mostly good.
I'm hoping that they do good by it, bud. I don't want to see them screw you up.
I've been riding the same bus for the longest time with the doctors I've been seeing up here, and it's not gotten any better. It's getting worse. So I figure if I go to them and try one of their holistic approaches where they look at me from toenail to hair follicle, they'll figure out what's going on and come up with a package idea on how to fix.
Oh, so they're going to do a DNA outline on you to see what medications will work good
Just
for
starting.
you.
Just going to start with an initial visit and let them kind of, navigate where I need to go. But I've got one friend who's dealt with chronic pain that went there, and they tried something. He thought it would never work, and it was the weirdest thing ever, and it worked great for him. He's actually, for the first time in a long time, not had pain in his back.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that for him, bud. I wish that they could take and figure out how to get rid of everyone's pain. Pain sucks.
Hey, something other weird that I found out the other day, or at least I heard the other day. I was at the pharmacy waiting for my prescriptions, and there was a rather large black man standing next to me with lots of tattoos, and we got to talking. And he had mentioned that he has his neck fused, or not fused, but replaced, so they must have done some sort of disc replacement. It's where the Vikings used to practice. That he would have to stop all the time to take a leak. Well, as my neck has been getting worse and worse and worse, one thing I've noticed is I always got to stop to take a leak.
Oh, yeah.
So it's weird how all that stuff up in your neck can control everything all the way down.
Well, it's amazing how most people don't realize this, but even just
I'm hoping they can figure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm done. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just going to say most people don't realize how even just having, like a sprained ankle and having to walk differently than normal, your normal gait can actually throw everything from the hips up out of place, and actually cause pain and issues that way. So
big time. It's a symphony in our bodies, and when somebody starts playing out of key, it can mess up everything.
So, yeah. Chris says, Ohana 96 is Chris. He says, food, my favorite subject. If you don't know Chris is a good guy. He is an Army vet, if I remember right, please correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. He used to go to be on the flight thing with Blackhawks, I believe. And he now is going for his culinary baking degree. So he's
Cool.
hopefully going to open up his own bakery here soon. We've been
Awesome.
I remember we were all throwing around designs for him. So, you know, when he does that, hopefully we'll be able to support him. 12-year Army vet turned chef. Yes, Blackhawks. All right, look at that. My brain actually does still work some days.
I wish you all the luck, Chris. And I tell you what, as a former small business owner, you can work 80 hours a week for yourself and feel a lot better than working 40 hours a week for somebody else.
Yep, they say if you do something you love, you don't work at all, right?
Amen. Amen.
Are you the only Navy vet? I'd have to see who all's still in here. I'm not sure, Eric. You might be. I don't know. I don't see any. Let me pull out the thing so I can go back through chat and.
My dad was Navy.
There you go. I mean, the community does have a lot of Navy vets in them. I just don't know that anybody in the group in on the live stream right now. So, but yeah. Anyway, to all of you veterans and currently serving, thank you all very much. We all appreciate you. Do not let
Amen.
this administration.
Amen.
Do not let this administration get you guys down. Things will get better at some point. So, you know, I couldn't serve due to stupid shit with my body back then. But if something should happen here at home, I'll be right there with you. So, but, all right. Well, what do you want to talk about? We haven't talked about anything you want to talk about yet, have we? Besides motorcycles, we got to that one, but
well, let's see.
I put you on the spot.
Who else out there hunts or fishes? We have any other hunters or fishermen out there?
What's that?
Fisher people? Just wondering if we have any other hunters or fisher people out there.
Oh yeah, I like to fish. We do a lot of stock trout, which will be opening up in I think a week and a half, maybe. Will be the first day of trout season here.
You guys get cold enough for you ice fish?
Sometimes, but not very often. Most of our big bodies of water are like right around my area, are rivers and creeks. So there's usually enough of a flow that they usually don't completely freeze up down here.
Sure.
That's not to say that they don't. We've had that happen already. And but I've never done a lot of ice fishing, no. I'm sure it's fun.
So many years ago, when we were just out of high school, a good friend of mine was in the Marine Corps, and he was based down in Yuma, and he came back on leave, break, whatever you want to call it, and we went out ice fishing. And in ice fishing, to make a cheap portable ice fishing shanty or house, take a piece of plywood and some canvas. You make the floor and the front and the back out of plywood with a door, and then you stretch the canvas over the top. Well, we were out fishing, and I took some pictures of him sitting inside the fish house with this big smile on his face, sticking his head out the door. He brought it back to he was gay, and his partner was taking pictures of him in the crapper. He's like, "No, that's a frozen lake." Like, no, it can't be a frozen lake. There's a truck parked right there. There's no way you can put a truck on a lake.
Oh no,
It was hilarious.
I know where this is going.
He had finally convinced him that actually we were ice fishing because we had other pictures that showed the fish, and the inside. But yeah, they all thought he was doing a Brokeback Mountain up here in the lakes of Minnesota.
That's funny.
Homie, don't do that.
Speaking of Brokeback Mountain, did you see where they did a remake of Roadhouse? And, Mr. Brokeback himself, Jake Gyllenhaal, is playing Patrick Swayze's part.
Hollywood could not come up with an original idea or an improvement on an old idea to save their ass.
Yeah, the only person that I've seen right now in Hollywood that's actually still putting out like, content that they're actually coming up with and writing and stuff and working on is Stallone. I don't know if you've seen the Tulsa King show or not.
No.
Oh, you'll love it. He freaking makes fun of the pronoun bullshit. Yeah, it's great. It's anti-woke. It's funny as hell. If you get a chance to, you definitely want to check it out. It's pretty good. I'll see if I can find it, and maybe we'll stream it on the one night for a movie night. Do a couple episodes.
Cool.
So, if not, message me. I'll make sure you can get on to watch it. I'll send you
Cool.
information so you can log in and watch it on Paramount Plus. So there's tricks around stuff to make sure that you can.
Yeah, Thomas. I was just going to tell Thomas. He mentioned he deer hunts up in Finlandson, Minnesota, between McGrath and McGregor, and then also outside of Longville, Minnesota. They're both up quite a ways up north. But I'm familiar with where Finlandson is. It's up in that general area.
It's a small world, really. I mean, when you think about it.
Big time. There used to be an old joke or a saying up in northern Minnesota. There's a town called Emily, a town called Outing, a town called Aiken, and a town called Reamer. And they're all basically in the same area. You got to go through all the towns to get to one or the other. And the old saying was, you got to go through. If you're going to take Emily on an outing, you got to go through Aiken before you get to Reamer.
That's funny.
And those are Minnesota towns up there in the deer hunting area.
Well, okay, since we're talking about funny towns, up here in Pennsylvania, in lower Lancaster County, you have to go through Bird in Hand and Intercourse to get to Paradise. Yep. And if you go too far, you'll end up in Gap.
I think that's where Cartman likes to be.
Yeah. I have Paramount Plus and Discovery Plus. I don't have any cable services except for we have our internet through cable. Just because they give us a better connection, and we were spending like $70 on DSL and only getting like 5 megabyte download speed. And for $100 a month, I get a full gig connection through cable. So for $40 more, I'll pay that just to get that extra speed. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I don't have any.
Yeah, my wife works from home. Got a connection here.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. My wife works from home, so we had to get a pretty decent connection just to run all of her stuff. out of here.
So you have a business line then, probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's fiber optic. It was through the cable company, I want to say.
Our cable's running fiber optic.
What's that?
Oh, Christina said that's what she said. I said our cable company's running fiber optic. Here, I'll go show you.
They're going to do that here again, too. Last time they did it, they tore up my yard and left holes. Hey, Thomas, you're asking Dave about elk. I had heard, and I don't know if you've heard, too, that they're working on establishing another elk herd in Minnesota. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that, but yeah, there's the line coming across. And then this is the fiber optic line that they ran over. So all they got to do is run it in the house then. And I'm stuck on.
Oh, nice.
Stuck on something. But yeah, there's another plane going over. Can you see that cloud right there?
There's lots of
It's like
clouds. Which
almost
one?
like a mist. That's weird. Maybe if I turn it around, you'll be able to see it better. Hold on, let me. Maybe if I put it through the better camera. Can you see it better that way? It's like just a little mist, like right in between that big cloud on the left and that cloud on the right there. And it's like blue sky behind it.
It's like two bigger clouds. Like you're splitting the uprights on those
It's
two
like
clouds
really
there.
weird. I haven't seen anything like that for a while. Here, we'll set up here. Let you guys look out over the field here. Maybe we'll see something out there. You never know. We
What's the temp out where you are, Chris? What's the temperature out there?
I'd say right now it's probably about 47, 48 degrees. Pretty nice.
So we're about the same temp, but your
grass never died this year.
Your grass looks a lot further along than ours does.
Yeah, it never. We were green all
I think
year.
ours is winter.
What did Lori say that they has her laughing? And then oh yeah, I forgot about Blue Ball. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. That's actually a town here too, Blue Ball.
Yeah.
We've got some really weird. We'll have to do a show of really crazy laws, state laws that are around, because we've got some really fucked up laws in Pennsylvania. I'll tell you. Just is there one out there?
You got 3-2 there?
What's that?
Do you have 3-2 beer there? 3.2% alcohol that you got to sell on Sundays?
No, we're open on Sundays after midday, and it's afternoon. You can get beer and alcohol here. They just passed.
Yeah, they did that a few years back. But they did the same a few years back here. You had they always, for the longest time, you couldn't buy on Sundays other than in a convenience store or grocery store, and it was I call them sports drinks, 3.2% alcohol. It was pretty weak. Made you pee, and that was about it.
Can you all see this shit? She stole my chair again.
Move your feet, lose your seat, right?
Are you quite comfortable, young lady? She's like, yeah, I'll just hang out here. See ya.
Holy cow. They're the same temperature in California than they are here. What's up with that?
California's getting hit with some rainstorms today. So they're getting that wind and water
Okay.
off the ocean. So, but
It's not often they're the same. We are in the middle of spring, winter.
Thomas says he's waiting for the caribou. They're coming down from Canada. Were they up there partying? Eh?
Did you hear wild boars are heading out of Canada towards North Dakota and Minnesota, Thomas?
That's what he says. I have some cams from around here. I'll pull them up tonight. We have an elk cam from up in, I think it's Cannon County, which should be pretty active here soon. And we've got a black bear den. Oh, I got a Facebook friend request from someone. Who would do such a thing? Let me go respond to this quick. I do not promise that you'll find good things on my Facebook. Okay? My Facebook is, did I cut out again? My Facebook is,
You're good.
interesting to say the least. But yeah, I don't care anymore. So,
I'm proud to say that I've never in my life had a Facebook account.
the reason that I got on Facebook, honestly, was because I used to DJ on the internet. And that was part of the deal, was so that the people that listened to us could get a hold of us. We had to set up a Facebook account. That's the only reason I started with it. Now I just keep it so I can keep in contact with people. Now the stupid law I was going to tell you about, right? In the state of Pennsylvania, it is against the law to get a BJ while going through a toll booth. I'm thinking you
Gonna
really
have to work on changing
you
that.
really have to make a law for that? Seriously? That should be common sense here, pal. But apparently not.
Yeah.
And we all know how laws get passed. Usually laws get passed because somebody does something really fucking stupid. And they're like, well, we got to make a law now because, apparently they're too dumb to realize they can't do this. So, yeah. My guess is somebody was doing that and ran into said toll booth,
Bob, when they should have weaved.
Oh, shit.
So, in my younger years, when I had that Yamaha RD350 that I built up out at Technical College, I was coming up 35W from Minneapolis, basically Richfield area, into Bloomington, and I'm in the left lane, and I'm coming up on a car, and it looks like a guy's driving it. And as I get alongside, I can see, oh, hey, hello. And the guy was getting a little service from his girlfriend or whoever it was, and all of a sudden her head pops up. She looks out the window at me, and her eyes get huge, and she starts hitting him hard. I laughed and just cracked the throttle and drove it away. The stuff you don't see on the road.
I have a lot of friends who are truckers, and the stories that I've heard, that happens a lot more than what you think. So,
Where am I? I mean,
Will's like, I got to go get a trucker job now.
no, I want to be the receiver.
Guy pulled up and the job was done. Ah, there you go. That's funny. Yeah, Chris is planning on moving to Tennessee or Kentucky. So he'll be a lot closer to us then if he does that. But I think somebody's
Did you
mowing
guys hear that
grass.
go through here? No, that was a Volkswagen souped up with a fart can on the back driving down the road.
No, I think my landlord might be mowing grass. So if so, I've got to move some shit.
I thought you heard the noise.
Yeah, he's mowing, but I don't think he's going to come over here today. We'll go over here and get the view. There's some really nice clouds and stuff over here. Can you see all that back there?
Beautiful country.
Yeah, like I said, I love it back here. I'm gonna try and get up to a place called Governor Dick out here. We used to have a local oil company called Psycho Oil, and they donated, I think it was like 300 acres. Well, apparently you're not going to stay up, are you? And they made it so that it can never be developed. They're not allowed to log up there. The only thing they're allowed to do is go in and clear out, like every once in a while, thin it out and make it nice. But they put a hiking trail, I think it's about 2 miles one direction. And at the top of the hill is a 5-story tower that you can climb up. And at the top, you can see for hundreds of miles in each direction. You can see all the way down to Chester County, Berks County, Lebanon County, Dauphin County, and I think you can see all the way over to York even from up there. So really wanting to get up there sometime.
Sounds beautiful.
Oh my, Ron. But all right, y'all. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this part of it. I'm going to get everything together and get ready to start grilling. So should I leave this go or should I start a different one? I think we're gonna start a different one. That way we keep Willie's interview as just Willie. That way people can watch and talk to him, listen to what he has to say. And I'll start another live stream. But again, to our veterans, thank you. Don't let what's going on dishearten you. There are people that are fighting for you guys, and we really want to see things get better because 44, that's the number. Don't let them lie to you and tell you it's 22. The number is actually double. It's over 40 people, 40 veterans a day. And one veteran a day is too much, too many. So we need to get that fixed. So, yes, that's good, Christina. Yeah, you can give me a call while I'm getting stuff together. But hey, thanks everybody for joining us. Willie, it's been a pleasure, man. Yeah,
I'd just like to thank you too, Chris, for having me on, and thanks to everybody who came on and interacted. It's been fun to meet and know all you here and get to know all you on the Discord. It's definitely a good time, and I thank you, Chris, for all you do, for all you put into this. It shows, and you should be proud of yourself, brother. It's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I want us all to succeed, and the only way you succeed is by having a good network of people that work together. So,
amen.
But all righty, we will see you all later. Take care.
Take care, everybody. Thanks.